Hi guys. I said the other day in a video that a cue having a really good hit, what I've been calling a wow hit, doesn't necessarily mean that I'm going to shoot well with it. And I know I've mentioned in the past that I have in the past shot well, like with my Southwest, which is not a wow hitting cue for me. I've shot well with my Scruggs, which is close but not a wow hitting cue for me. So this kind of begs the question is, if switching to this Tuscarora, which does have a wow hit, could hurt my game compared to, for example, my Southwest, then why do it? What is so great about a cue with a great hit? What is so great about it? And yeah, I figured I kind of maybe had a little bit of explaining to do to myself, and also may as well get you guys in there too. Because some of y'all may be wondering, am I switching just, because of the street cred? No, the Southwest to me has more street cred than this. Switching just because of the looks? No, I do think this looks better than the Southwest. But it's kind of a silly reason to switch cues. Hit, yes, this thing is better than the Southwest. And as far as how well do I play with it, which is my fourth category, I don't know yet. I don't know the answer to that yet. But the thing is about a good, solid hitting cue is not that it's a good, solid hitting cue. It's that it's consistent. I had more consistency with a good, solid hit than with a softer hit. Whether it's just a softer hitting cue or maybe a softer tip, whatever. This is me. I don't know if everybody's like this or not. There are an awful lot of good players that play with a soft tip. I found that me, when I play with a soft tip, I get inconsistent results. And it's the same thing with a softer hitting cue. There have been an awful lot of times over the years, well, over the last year playing with that Southwest and over the years playing with some other cues, where something just wouldn't act right. And sometimes I could just blame that on myself. Well, I screwed something up. Something physically was wrong with me, or I wasn't concentrating or something like that. But not every time. Some of the times, I had no idea what I did wrong. I felt like I hit a ball perfectly, and yet something weird would happen. Some of those times may have ended up being an inconsistency in the cue, in the hit of the cue. This is what I think has happened. And so the theory is that with a really good, solid hitting cue, it's going to be more consistent, and I'm not going to have as many of those little surprises. I said, I get consistency, which gives me predictability, which gives me confidence. And not as many of those little surprises of what the heck happened. Was that my fault? Was it something inconsistent about the cue? I don't like having those kind of internal questions, especially when I'm trying to shoot the next shot. So that's why I'm switching to a cue that has a wow hit for me. It's not because it's got a wow hit for me. It's because that wow hit leads to consistency and predictability, and therefore confidence. That's why I'm doing it, and that's what to me is so great about a good, solid hitting cue. Is well, like I just said, more consistency, more predictability. I don't think I'm the only person on earth that thinks a good, solid hitting cue is better than a less solid hitting cue. But like I said, there are probably some people out there that feel the other way about it. Somebody uses a soft tip and they're used to that and they're consistent with that. Good, great for them. Me, myself, I'm not as consistent with that. So I'm not going to do it that way. This should go 2 rails just for kicks. Maybe 3 rails. I said 2, didn't I? That's fine. Anyway, so this is why I'm doing it. This is why I'm switching. Is to try to get a little bit more consistency out of my cue. I am a human being. Last time I checked. Yep, still a human being. I am not consistent. I'm going to have fluctuations and such that happen. Too much caffeine, too much alcohol, whatever the hell that noise was. And I work on the consistency of myself, my own shooting. This is just me working on the consistency of a cue. What's the best and most, well, what's the most consistent cue for me? And it's one with a wow hit. It's one with a medium hard tip and a really solid wow hit on it. That's it. That's why I'm doing this. There's no magic about a solid hitting cue that everybody should run out and get one. But if it helps you to be more consistent, and you want to be more consistent, then maybe you should look into getting one. You don't have to spend what I spent on this to get a wow hitting cue. My Josses and my P-Chars, as I've said, every damn one of them is fan-freaking-tastic. I think I paid $250 for my cheapest P-Char, and it's one of my best hitting cues that I've ever owned in my life. So, yeah. Last time I called 2 and it went 3. This time I'm going to call 3 and see what happens. Guess I ain't going to make it to 3. I hit the ship. Oh yeah, that just reminded me. So, bonus content, which doesn't have anything to do with the topic of this video. I just got all excited, so now I'm going to miss. This table is a Diamond Pro with 4.5-inch pockets. Over the last few years, a lot of the bigger tournaments and the pro tournaments and stuff like that have been moving to what the hell? To like 4 1/4. Did I just say 4 1/4 or 4.5? These are 4.5s. They've been moving to 4 1/4 or even 4 1/8-inch pockets. I called Diamond to ask them about possibly upgrading this table to something with tighter pockets. A, the prices were ridiculous, and B, they said it was like a 6-month wait. And I don't have that kind of time. So what I have decided I'm going to do, unless I hit the lottery between now and then, is the next time I get this recovered, I'm going to get it shimmed again. I'm going to get it shimmed down to 4 1/4, maybe even a little bit smaller. And it's just a practice thing. I've always felt that practicing on something that's a little bit tougher than what I normally shoot on is a good thing, because then you get on, I think it's probably fairly obvious. If I get good at shooting on 4 1/8-inch table, and then I move to something with bigger pockets, it's going to seem easier to me. That's the plan. I know I used to be, can't make the 13. Yeah, I did make 13. So that's just a little bit of bonus information. I will not get this table recovered unless something happens until probably next summer. But when that happens, I'm going to get it shimmed in to make it tighter, to get myself something to practice on. I've always tried to mimic what they have at Derby City Classic as far as what equipment I have here. In this case, I'm going to end up being a little bit tougher than Derby City Classic, which I think is fine for me. I think that'll work. Talk to you later.